across the value chain. And when saying across the value chain, in terms of the entire circular economy, starting at a level of the yarn, looking at traceability, looking at the way yarn is manufactured, looking at fibers, different sort of fibers in terms of are they recycled, are there different forms of fibers which are not, let's say, polluting, let's say banana leaf for that matter, or hemp for that matter, fibers which are more sustainable. Then going into textile, different processes for manufacturing textiles, which could be consuming less energy, consuming less water. Then moving forward in terms of once the manufacturing of the garments is taking place, processes in which the wastage of fabric in manufacturing is reduced. So for example, let's say using software like cut, make, glue, these sort of processes, prevalent in the country, can really, reduce the amount of wastage that is happening even during the manufacturing process. Post-manufacturing, when items are, getting sold, in terms of, packaging, the sort of packaging which is there, is it, because most of the packaging today is in terms of plastic. So can plastic be recycled? How do we reduce the amount of, plastic being used? Once, fabrics are sold, looking at different retail models, because even in terms of retail, with respect to fast fashion, our generation, the millennials, we like to use something for a smaller amount of time, and then we, discard, we purchase very high. But can we have different retail models which are, let's say in terms of rental, reuse, re-commerce, remanufacture, take back, like Dr. Tyagi just mentioned. So are these models workable in India? Are they prevalent? Are there players who are doing it? And after the entire clothing is used, how does the apparel be recycled again into creating more product rather than putting into landfills? Because believe it or not, apparel which is made out of polyester can take around 100 years to really disintegrate or decompose. So what we're trying to do, as an industry-led platform, is try to figure out across the entire circular value chain, different techniques, which can, be more sustainable. We're trying to find companies in the space which are, let's say, startups, which are different innovators, different ideas, even coming out from, let's say, schools like yours, which can, present to, leading corporates in India like, ABFRL, like Arvind, and try and see if we can drive a change in the entire ecosystem. What we're also working towards on the sustainability side is creating some sort of an industry-led platform, where we have leading corporates with us. Currently ABFRL is driving the change, guiding us in terms of how to move things on that front. We're talking to a lot of other different corporates. It's happy to see that Arvind is doing so much on the waste management, the water management side. Trying to look at different innovations, across the value chain, in terms of, let's say, different processes of dyeing, different processes of retail, customer business models, which we could probably, find at a pilot stage, find at a prototype stage and present to some of the bigger corporates. And then eventually also as being part of the Avishkar group, helped some of these companies raise investments, for, really scaling up. So this is where we are at. It's very heartening to see that today, in India we've got a lot of global brands like the Index Group and H&M coming in. They've set 2025 goals of 100% sustainability. We've got leading Indian corporates who are on the table with us over here today who are looking at driving a shift in sustainability. So I feel in the next 10 years we will see a shift happening in India. But it's also very interesting times today because the shift really needs to be defined by stakeholders from the industry, which includes the larger brands, larger corporates. Also as well as students like you all who will be creating the next generation of product lines to ensure that it is sustainable, it is fashionable, and it is environmental friendly.
Thank you. One part is just maybe highlighted. Now he says, for the value chain, every activities needs to be again reworked, rethought, reviewed continuously. It is not that whatever it is, same way we are doing. No, that will have to. Is there any other option to going in this direction? Is there other thing? Can it be possible to skip certain process? That's the question. Is there any other product? No, that's why so many things are happening in that. Even the ready-made garments we are talking, it is not just ready-made garments, so many other parameters. And that's why he indicated another way, startup. Is there some kind of innovative, again, every point that should come. But when we are talking, why innovative? It should be in a position of sustainability, with the sustainability, not in a traditional way. Everything, can it be possible to do that? No, this is from whole value chain that needs to be understood, continuous process. Am I correct, or anything you want to?
Yes, and in fact, the other thing also which I want to add is that, which I did forget to mention, and it was a point that you brought at the beginning, is that circularity for us is not only across the textile manufacturing value chain, which is starting from textile, going to manufacturing, going to packaging, then going to reuse, but we're also looking at a lot of different aspects in terms of gender inclusiveness. How to kind of let's say if you're producing different embroidered garments, how do you look at different clusters across the country? The government of India has been very good to have different schemes. I think that for the first time in India we really have some policies which are pushing towards gender inclusiveness, where you can actually train a cluster for either stitching or for embroidery generation, and then this could be adopted by leading corporates for their manufacturing. So these are other aspects of that do come in in the entire circularity chain that we are considering.
Right. So when you said very correct, there is a cluster again to make them train up to adaptability. Now various thoughts we are taking. The issue again is coming in our Indian context, whether there is a preparedness of our people. Now preparedness of our people, we are talking, discussing, lot of things are there, experiencing, but the adaptability and preparedness. And organizer, fortunately or unfortunately, what happens, the person who was to talk here on the skill development, another part issue, did not come, or whatever maybe. So I've been asked to give some comments on that, because I had some experience on the skill, especially on the textile and garments. Just let me share, connecting to Siddhartha's again. But many places we want to adopt the thoughts, what we are listening for the people who are actually doing it, they are generating. But the issue is that whether our people are ready to adapt that kind of things. Whole value chain. One way we are talking that we are not getting the people. Another side, when you start your activities, you will find you are not getting people. So it is the people are not available, or the people are available, they are not industry responsive, and that is the biggest issue, especially in that. There's a lot of technology evolution we have seen in the textile industry, but our people are not trained. That is an issue. And I personally work for the state of Gujarat. Even 2008-9, there was a policy. First we came out with a policy on the skill development. Before NSDC, Gujarat came out with this policy on skill development before NSDC. Unfortunately, I was the member secretary again on the formulation of the policy. And therefore, that time, the policy formulation, the issue is, when I went on moving different parts of the country, everybody giving a suggestion of what Germany is doing, what Australia is doing, when other things, but they are not saying our country is a completely different place, have a different culture, different thought, different kind of background, different kind of situation. No, and that nobody is in a position to address. No, that's a big, again a big issue. So initially what happens, first when formed this policy, we failed. And even after 6 months, we realized, no, whatever we thought, it is not applicable in our country, our place. Even within the state, what is applicable is possibly Surat, not necessarily it will be applicable to Saurashtra. Again, the situation and the parameter needs to be understood properly, and that is the biggest issue. And then implementation part also in the skill. Fortunately, I worked with this Ministry of Heavy Engineering. I was as a technology expert and moved to around the world to understand the technology requirement for our industry and technology adoption, and especially on the textile and garment industry. Issue is there, people are ready to accept that kind of technology. Again, the preparedness of our people, even the preparedness of our owners. Just believe me, the issue is sometimes we fail to, that's not only the people who are working, the owners to understand and preparedness of that kind of, that's the issue of that. I'm not discouraging anybody, but what I say, that not necessarily everything, whatever we are talking for the skill and other part, that then needs to understand the behavioral part. It is a behavioral science again. And therefore we should understand, localize so many other issues there, background. What Shikhaji was telling in a rural, again a different kind of things. It is not so easy to accommodate the people and train them. And many places we say, we created number of training centers. I think During my tenure, we trained more than 60,000 people with a placement guarantee. This kind of thing, that was a target. And so many training institutes we created, but certain places we failed. We failed. Reason, even if you think for some very interior like Talud or this in Gujarat who are knowing, that place question is how to motivate these people, because where they'll go. There is no industrialization in that place, where they'll get a job. Now they cannot afford to migrate to come to Surat or Ahmedabad. It is not so easy this part. So when you are going for this kind of things, the motivational factor is also needs to be understood. And without understanding, then the training is just a training, it will not work. It is not work. Therefore, it is two-way it is given. Who is responsible? Whose responsibility? It is the industry's responsibility, it is the institute responsibility, or it is the responsibility of the government. Now, question is everything is not happening means we are saying the governments, but it's not there. Everybody has his own role on that to make it that people preparedness on that direction. Right? Without making preparedness, you go on giving training, the adaptability will not be there. That much I can say, but a list of series of that policies are there, but that is my prime experience I have acquired without understanding people who don't try and go on doing skill development. That much I can say today without taking much time. Now the forum is yours.